Pessoal, bom dia aí. Vamos dar sequência à gameplay do Final Fantasy XVI, eu acho que é a parte 10 já. Vamos com tudo, já estamos chegando na reta final do jogo, eu acho. Pelo menos terminando a metade assim, chega no finzinho da metade, no início do final. Então vamos continuar a gameplay. A gente vai falar com o nosso tio que chegou ou a gente vai fazer uma side quests?
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of cursed...
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could... They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion. They should be back by now, but I can't help but worry.
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this. What? But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks?
I'll go and find
Vamos fazer as
them.
side quests. Vai que
We'll both
some,
rest
né?
easier knowing they're safe.
Da primeira parte.
Thank you. So the plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the dragon.
That should be enough to go on.
E é bom pra gente aquecer na gameplay.
Oh, bother.
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got those girls' rags are so threadbare. And we most certainly cannot have that. You wouldn't want the poor things going without decent...
Of course not.
Oh, you see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers in Northreach. Blue, but they don't
Tudo
deliver.
no
Not the
rincão.
places that aren't on the map.
And you'd have...
I would. And don't let them fob you off with anything less than what I paid for. 1 bolt of blue and 1 of red. I expect them both.
Beleza. Missão aceita.
They said they'd give us new clothes. But we've no coin.
Tem mais uma missão ali pra gente aceitar. O bom é que é tudo no rincão setentrional, aparentemente, né? E você quer o quê?
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodriguez.
Talia
Rodriguez.
has tasked me with removing a curse break. I don't think I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Will you survive?
You don't need me to answer that. I
Nossa,
hope as
sabia
much
não
as
que
you
era
that
tão
one day
difícil
bearers
assim.
can walk among others as equals. But until that day, and we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential.
Deixa eu dar uma pausa aqui e ver se eles falam alguma coisa a respeito. Falam não.
And we
Se, tipo, a
undergo
marca
it
tem algum poder
willingly.
mágico, alguma coisa assim.
Não.
Não sei se eles falaram e eu só não percebi.
I still wish there was some other griping about my lot.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply. So, like,
Just tell me what you...
no one knows Herblore like Talia, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. Unfortunately for you, I do. Along the river.
Rosário. Tá, vamos aquecer nossa gameplay nessas side quests. Vamos essa daqui que já tá pertinho, penhasco do Canto do Falcão, e depois a gente vai naquelas outras duas.
Faster! The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Será que era ali mesmo? Tá marcando aqui. Levanta, Clive. Eu preciso aquecer mesmo. Meu amigo. droga.
You deserve a rest. This is the
Coletar
only plant around here with blue
Dhalmekia.
flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked.
Beleza. Agora a gente vai para as outras duas aqui.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this.
Let's hope the draper has Hortense's
Ó,
cloth.
tem um aqui que é do lado praticamente.
Might I interest you in some swan stuff?
Just some linen.
Apologies, my lord, but your item, they were due to arrive on a caravan from... My mother thinks it might be bandit.
It usually is.
Yes, hopefully Wait.
Going to find it.
Oh.
Vamos lá, atrás dessa carruagem. Tem um ali e um aqui mais... Uma aqui no mais
Ambrosia
próximo.
won't help me here.
Mirada alumiada.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Pra mim, essa é a melhor trilha sonora.
Be safe.
Cole.
Cole.
Just about. Said if you don't...
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard.
I sent a runner to the dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of us.
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. Just follow. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those...
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, Jack.
Vamos ao sul. Ah, tá bem ali do lado.
Ready, go? They're trying to get into the carriage.
Nossa senhora. Os cycles pela manhã estão ótimos, hein?
Nice try.
Toma esse bloco.
Nice try.
Easy. Inimigos derrotados. Colar de ossos e cinzas mágicas.
Who are you?
I'm Sid.
A friend. Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door,
Why should we run?
perhaps. But with freedom, safety, the life you've been denied.
Sid, you weren't too late then.
This man risked his life to save yours.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting you were right.
Tá, só falta mais uma side quest aqui. Que bonito esse reflexo. Tá. É lá pra baixo, a gente consegue ir por aqui.
Come on.
Então vamos por aqui. Pra baixo? Não, continua aqui.
That damn bird's a menace.
Straight home now.
Nothing by it, I swear.
Who's
Me dê
gonna buy my wares
minhas
now?
encomendas.
State your animals left them in.
But they hardly...
Is there something?
If you're a bandit come to steal my stuff, you're gonna be sorely
But it was you who stepped into...
Only after that feather-brained tramp, I demand recompense. Be it in coin or the items you...
These goods are expected in Northreach.
You wouldn't happen to be on your way from Bocklad, would you?
I had someone from the market send you. Please.
So the fool has protection. And Oi! Killer!
I told you not to call me that. As I told one of your customers that you...
Vem pro
I'll
pau,
deal
vem.
with the bird lover. You take the handsome one, killer.
Stop calling me that.
Muito lento. Muito lento, hein?
Let's try. Let's try.
Ai, errei. Pensava que eu tinha soltado o W, mas aparentemente não. Boa. Inimigo derrotado. Foi até rápido a side quest.
All right.
Mete o pé, vai.
Did he hurt you?
No, thankfully. He seemed intent on letting the bandit do his dirty work for him. And he would have succeeded had the great lender not sent you. My shipment is safe, and my livelihood with it.
We can speak of that once you're safe in Northreach. I'll come.
So you and my mother were right.
And were it not for the kindness of our free sword here, you'd be buying your order back from... Now, if you don't mind, I have a pressing appointment at the...
Boglad.
Oh, I almost forgot. You'll be happy to know both bolts arrive. I've also added a few extra lengths of free of charge.
Valeu.
Are you sure?
My mother would insist. It's the least we can...
How's that done then?
Tá, já podemos voltar ao acampamento agora. Acampamento não, esconderijo.
Clive, sorry again for sending...
Don't worry. I believe this will...
Toma um pacotinho.
Let's see here. What's this? I don't recall ordering any silk or velvet, or if that devilet of a draper expects me to pay for these.
You needn't worry on that score, Hortense. I can always return them if you like.
Oh, no. Oh, if there's no need to be hasty now, Clive. I'm sure I can put all three. Speaking of which...
Linho preto bordado, seda branca continental ou veludo vermelho roxo? Sou gótico, então vamos de linho
This
preto.
one?
I've a mind to give a piece to Jill. Did you know she's quite the little
I know needlecraft was amongst her lessons at the castle.
Her lessons? Oh, that's right. The two of you were raised together in Rosalind.
Not quite. When my father put down the uprising in the Northern Territory, Jill was taken as a ward to ensure that her father, the Silvermane, would keep the peace.
She's an honest-to-goodness princess, then. I could tell, you know. Some people just have that air about them. I'd offered to sew her something that might better suit her station. But she'd most likely turn me down, as she always does.
Don't take it the wrong way. She certainly seems to be attached to the last outfit you made her.
Oh. Sometimes I think she never takes...
Or perhaps she'll make something for herself with your gift.
We'll see us.
Missão concluída. Cortes e recortes. Nossa, muita XP, 500. Então, valeu a pena, hein?
Lady Hortense said she'd give us our dresses.
Valeu a pena. Ok, Doris, me dá
Sid,
mais XP
welcome
também.
back. If I just waited, or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that. What kind of leader sends people into danger without... I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary.
We swore the same oath as you.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than...
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Thank you. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others, but I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play.
You will.
With time. In time. Missão concluída. O peso do comando. É, ser líder tem suas desvantagens também, né? Muita responsabilidade. Vou pegar a última recompensa e a gente pode seguir na missão principal.
I hope you didn't have too much.
Eu não.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more?
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you. Which means I trust you.
Thank you, Philip. I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision. A single slip. And the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death. And even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as I became a physica to help people.
Tu não é simplesmente uma marca de tinta.
I don't want to kill anyone.
Como se fosse um veneno que está ali presente em qualquer tentativa de remoção. Pode fazer com que o veneno entre na circulação sanguínea.
And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. to give their lives to create a world. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on.
You sound like Tyre. It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. Thank you for helping me remember that.
Safe, Rodrigue. Dor e risco. E upamos de nível 32. Vamos pro 32, isso aí. Punhos Furiosos ou Pedra Colossal? Vamos deixar no talo Punhos Furiosos, depois a gente vem pra Pedra Colossal. Para-raio já tá no talo, Corridinha já tá no talo.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Jornadas seguras.
Here you are.
Pios de Lobo.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
O que é esse Pios de Lobo? Aumenta o dano de combi 5%. Nice. Vamos tirar o chama do Renascer e colocar ele.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop.
Nada de novo ali no ferreiro. Tio Byron.
Ah, my dear. Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most... As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most, which is why I came. To learn the full truth of the matter.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosaleth to Port Isolde.
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers.
2,000?
2,000!
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from...
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show...
Mais uma aulinha de história com a Vivian.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then...
Deram uma volta e tanto, hein?
Had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
É mais sensato, né?
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think
Isso a
about
gente já
it,
sabia por
there
conta do
was
carinha
something
lá
a
que
little
pegou ele.
strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield, and you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the... It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy.
Fale com Otto.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the mother. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dhalmekia. Son,
Who is she?
an old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dhalmekia Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the news...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay.
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for...
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you to it.
You can count on us.
E ele nem vai falar com a Jill? Vamos embora então.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
Rumo à aventura. Ai, ai. O deserto de Velcroy. Um mar vasto e árido de areia. E rochas que está consumindo o oeste de Dhalmekia desde os tempos imemoriais. Vamos voltar. O deserto. Vamos pro deserto. A República de Dhalmekia.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Enigma das Areias.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Vamos lá, Ambrosio.
Faster!
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
Uma das ruínas dos decaídos. Tá movimentado aqui, hein?
Ah, there she is. The good old Dhalmekia Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
O destino da missão está próximo. Que isso, Torgo? Black Chocobo.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Bichinho.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Eita! Nossa, tô bem pertinho de se ver. O Joshua tá nas últimas.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No. We must press on. Prince Theon has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us
Esse
find
jogo
our
de
way.
câmera tá bem bom, viu?
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw. Take him.
Eita, todo mundo.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Stay down!
Inimigos derrotados. Rápido.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
Ah, ele dizia que não gostava dos vegetais, né? Quando era criança.
It's nothing. Let's go.
Vou fazer um negocinho aqui rapidinho.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dhalmekia. Woman, but how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful men. I'll wager this Rosina Dhalmekia.
That would certainly help to narrow the search.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Anything I can interest you in?
Espada de platina. O que isso tem de novo? Para-raios. Olha, para-raios. Diminui o tempo de recarga. Acho que não é uma necessidade, não.
Here you are. My thanks. Fare you well.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer.
Anything I can help you? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest, and we're seeking to expand our business in the region, and would very much like to make the acquaintance.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithy.
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen?
No.
Well.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of...
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Era por aqui? É por aqui.
Hanging lanterns, keep...
Putz, tá dizendo que é pra lá. Será que é esse cara ali no pier? No cais?
Can I help you?
Yes, a long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask Ferd. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. Try the baths. That's where you'll use...
Thank you.
Vamos nas casas de banho.
It sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows. Excuse me.
I am. Can I help?
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dhalmekia?
And what business do you have with the...
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Vamos ao bordel.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he'd...
E a gente tem outra escolha, a não ser
So
confiar.
you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon.
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to...
Ai, meu Deus. O povo chato. De vez logo. Corridinha. Inimigos derrotados.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that.
Lord Furter?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be...
To the Lock of Leisure.
Ao lar do lazer.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Needed to a silken soft. Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Um ferreiro e tanto, hein?
So it was the young. So much for Rosina Dhalmekia being a woman.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last... Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of...
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furter told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity?
Sei lá, bebida?
Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers, assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... Oh, but enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid...
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies.
What did you call me?
My apologies. Oh, follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this...
All right.
Siga os cristais.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dhalmekia.
Isso aqui é um cristal, não? E beba cada garrafa como se fosse a última.
Excuse me. Is it...
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thick pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light us. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between... And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either.
Então a gente tá com problema de escassez de cristal, né? Estão confiscando os cristais e não dá pra comprar novos. Pelo que eu entendi.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm...
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the...
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side I don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and a nerd. No, just leave.
Que isso?
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dhalmekia seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no...
Is that so? Well, thank you. I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before? Some out-of-towners.
It's you. But what do you want?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you?
Opa, apertei sem querer o botão. Eu ainda não entendi não. É pra cá? É.
Will this suffice?
By the sense.
One of the many treasures in my collection.
All right. I'm but not here. What are you doing, Uncle?
Tá comprando os homens da rocha.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's but my uncharacteristic indiscretion. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I prove...
So the pearl...
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would earn a small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then. Just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought that... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect.
A gente vai pra onde? Tá, a gente pega o...
For a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crash?
Fazer uma vistoria aqui antes. Vamos ver se tem alguma... Tem quadro novo de caçada. Vamos ver qual que é a nova hunt. Vai que tá pelo caminho, né? Pera, tem mais alguma coisa? Não, só o quadro hunt.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Quadro de caçada. Colina da Morte. Entre os mercadores republicanos há boatos de caravanas sendo destruídos por um pedregulho negro, uma criatura cuja natureza é indeterminada, porém de tamanho, força e crueldade bastante desconhecidos. Deserto de Velkiroy. Quem decidir caçar e matar essa fera receberá a eterna gratidão não apenas dos comerciantes do deserto, mas também dos rompe-maldição que arriscam a vida e a integridade física em cada viagem por Velkiroy. Tá, só diz que é no deserto, mas não diz o local. É alguma dessas áreas, né? A gente pode procurar depois. Que o deserto é muito grande, a gente vai perder muito tempo. Quando a gente avançar um pouquinho mais na missão principal, a gente vai lá.
Let's go.
Também Dhalmekia. Dhalmekia Easter Sand. Só corre, só ignora.
I'll take it from here.
Nossa senhora, quanto cristal.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my...
All the silver and stones I could...
You brought the whole fight...
That was the price we agreed upon.
Of course.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the... But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it...
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us, you're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Uma informação nova.
Why? To collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the... And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound, not...
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it... My lord, what is the meaning of the...
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do this. Kill them! Kill them both!
Tenta. Só tenta aí.
It's not over yet, Uncle! Good! I'm just getting warmed up!
Ai não, tem um healer. Mata logo. Para de curar ele. Vai, Torrão. Nossa, não tem mais. Inimigos derrotados.
Well, how'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly
Ai,
thrilling.
tava só espiando a gente, era.
Such a shame you didn't have more of an order. How long have you been watching? Long enough to witness your uncle's soul. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's...
Indeed it is. The people of Dhalmekia had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign. Until you two came along. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town.
Algum tempo depois.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
Well, Clive. You held up you... To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have all... And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other...
Thank you. And you still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust?
Oh.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is...
No. Thank you.
Double the...
Here.
Rosa do Deserto.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you.
And please, Feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your... Tell them that Rosina Dhalmekia...
Pode deixar.
Umia lostelan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you...
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Missão concluída. Sigam os cristais. Tem novas missões ali, né? 2 novas missões. A gente pode deixar as missões sempre quando a gente for iniciar o jogo novamente. Que é um meio da gente aquecer.
The most fragrant herbs and fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Tem missão nova. Não. Missão não, realmente.
Plates and pots! Hanging lantern! Ah, they've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I... Where is it that you're bound...
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently... Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army...
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has... I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines. I've lost one Sid already. If I lose another...
I don't plan on dying. Not before.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Vamos continuar nossa caminhada aqui.
Come on.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Nossa, olha que água bonita. Ai, que jogo lindo.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now.
Mandíbula.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Ó.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
As presas do Draco. A gente é obrigado a ir pra presa do Draco? Acho que não, né? A gente pode fazer primeiro a side quest, a hunt, né? E as duas side quests. Agora a hunt a gente vai ter que dar uma andada no deserto, porque não tinha nenhuma informação de onde ele poderia estar. Vamos pra cá primeiro.
Run like the wind.
É uma área que a gente não passou.
That'll do, girl. Stay down! To me, Flame!
Boa. alguma coisa escondida por aqui, será? Uma poção só. Parece um labirinto. Cinto de mitril. Tá, por aqui a gente não achou nada. Vamos entrar aqui no deserto. Norte do deserto. Se bem que não tinha nenhuma menção ao norte, né? Coisa que eu me lembro. Ele só mencionava deserto. Não tô vendo nada. Tem uma salamandra aqui, Não sei o que é que tem aqui. Rosas e uma seda de aço. É outra pedrona. Será que é pra cá? Acho que é mais fácil eu pegar o TP, né? A gente pega o TP.
Good girl.
Agora a gente vem pra cá. Caminhada longa assim. Aqui ó, uma pedra. Deve ser isso, né? Ah, Damantoise. Não, Fascitocalon. É quase um Damantoise, né?
Well, Clive. Looks like you're gonna need an even bigger sword.
Entendi. Aí sim. Respeito. Ai, meu Deus. Ai! Que isso?
Well done.
Nossa, eu queria tentar dar um bloco com o Titan pra ver se... Nice. Tá, não para. Nice bloco. Foi de base. Você derrotou a ameaça notória. Escalatita, nice. A gente vai conseguir fazer a outra parte do set que a gente tinha desbloqueado. A gente só precisa derrotar um inimigo para upar. É Miskill. Eu acho que é 1000 de XP para upar, né? Vamos atrás de alguém aqui. Tem ninguém por perto. Ah, tem ali uma arpia. Ganhando vários troféus. Pronto. Agora a gente vem aqui, habilidades. Era aqui, né? Nice. Pera aí. A gente vem no esconderijo. Vamos pro esconderijo. O que a gente vai fazer lá? Sim, craftar o que a gente liberou. A gente pegou as escarlatitas. E a gente tem novas cartas também, ó. Nova missão disponível nos relatórios. Pera, uma coisa de cada vez.
Back, are ya? So, will it be?
Criar. Bracelete, né? Nossa, precisa de concha de molusco. Aí é foda. Então a gente vai precisar de concha de molusco. Eu não faço ideia de onde pega. Maquinha de equipamento que a gente liberou. Foi aqui? Não. Foi o cinto de mitril, né? Ainda assim é mais fraco.
Sid's going to find.
Tome says he's looking for books about Togo. I know.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clyde?
Vamos contar as aventuras pro Apócrates.
Now this.
Nossa, fazia tempo que eu não ia, né? Primeiro rei. A gente pode focar isso depois. Tem muita coisa liberada já, ó. De monstro falta 2, 5, 8.
Did you learn everything you needed?
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Ainda não dá pra liberar nada, né?
How are you doing? Here you go.
Tá, 25 e 10.
You can help.
A gente consegue liberar se a gente fizer
I wasn't
eles.
expecting you back.
Ó, concha de molusco, nice. Era isso que a gente precisava. Mas a gente não vai conseguir liberar ainda.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
Clive. Quick look.
Vamos fazer essas missões secundárias, que a gente já... Na próxima parte da gameplay a gente já foca na missão principal. Não precisa.
Perhaps forge my...
I wouldn't put it...
Oh, sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luber, soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe people are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit. I don't suppose you have any idea.
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a hand if I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been.
I'd be...
So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dhalmekia.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving it. We need information.
You're right. There's no... Now, there's plenty of folk in Dhalmekia. There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or two about the... All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says...
E é difícil você trabalhar com uma pessoa que deixa tudo como um grande mistério. podendo simplesmente falar o que ela quer.
Trust Lubor to take a
Meu
simple
filho, eu
test
tenho que
and
trabalhar
turn
ainda,
it
tenho que adivinhar o que tu quer.
I better get to it.
The finest fabrics!
The most fragrant herbs and kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes
You a blacksmith?
something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Tá aqui a outra missão.
Plates and pots, bowls and basins.
O que você quer, Xavier?
All those years of toil.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what...
That depends on the...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the... I've no doubt that my woes... But I can't go and investigate. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you.
Beleza.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulphur will... These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end. My livelihood, my very...
Calma, calma.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Quem é o outro que a gente tem que falar?
Yes, they're quite sought after.
A gente falou com a cozinheira e falta quem agora?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Just look at the detail.
Sweet incense. What?
Well, we can make our way back.
Eu esqueci totalmente com quem eu tenho que falar. Opa, baúzinho. Aqui não é.
Fucking men of the wrong.
I need to drink. You're going to drink my...
Ah, o Torga não sabe. Que difícil, hein?
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabrics! Fresh from the...
Ó, a carniceira aparece, esse cara não aparece pra falar. Era pra ser por aqui, mas ninguém tem a opção de fala.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
It's all the fault of this blasted war.
Não, gente, eu tô cego, só pode, porque...
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us.
Será que é a Tess da casa do banho que tá trolando? Não, vamos fazer primeiro a da casa do banho. Ah, é esse cara?
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Not what. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it.
Thank you.
All biz.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did. Let's go.
Come on, girl, the gate's open.
Pra cá? Não. Mais pra cá. Meu Deus, quanta bomba. Aí eu trolei, errei tudinho. Eu não consegui ajudar as mãos. Aí tem mais ainda. Ui, é uma bomba azul.
I needed that. Nice try. Too slow.
Ai. Ai. Ai, tem que segurar, tem que isso. Inimigos derrotados.
That's cool things done.
Já dá pra ir lá.
This is no good. So, you learn anything useful?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he knew too heavy.
So we're no better off. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with... That can't be right. I've bandied enough words with... No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin. And its trouble is, it's either durable or it's meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my... A merchant. A favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to... I bet she'd know...
Vai lá, não me pede mais nada. Minha parte já fiz. Ah, não, tem que procurar essa vendedora também.
Made from the stoutest. There he is. The man I was hoping would be. The baths grow more bearable by the moment.
I'm glad to hear.
Now, tell me this. What did you...
Not what I expected, that's for...
You tell her fine. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right.
Água quente. O alento do inferno. Diminui o tempo de recarga da ignição. Uma escarlatita. Tá. Acho que é mais fácil eu vindo por aqui, né? Por esse obelisco. Cadê tu?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Vai, Ambrosia.
Safe.
Chris finally made his move.
Yes. I expect that's what he said. Any luck?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much, but adamantite ore is unique to Ash.
And it's beyond my...
Unique to her. Are there any materials unique to Dhalmekia? Something which could be mixed.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dhalmekia to get at a mineral deposit, and if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace.
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick.
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough.
Looks like I've got some... Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done.
The limestone? Besides, I want to know if this...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are.
Meu Deus do céu, velho. Eu tenho que voltar lá de novo. Me deixa em paz, cara.
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest.
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness.
Lights and pots! Sweet incense! What?
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Coletar pedra calcária.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Vou comprar aqui.
Good day, my lord.
A gente compra poção.
Here you are.
Super poção.
An excellent choice.
Dá TP aquilo pra ser mais rápido.
This is no good.
Fala com o Sava.
Wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one. You and that merchant boat. She's got... Now, time to see if... A knife forged from the very rock.
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue.
I'm sorry, Forge Master.
Let's take a look. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving? What do I... It's sharp-ish, and it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end. It looks like someone paid a visit to the limestone. Was a step in the right direction, granted, but what?
And I was so certain I had it.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it's... next question. How much do you think I would charge?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say...
And who would be able to... The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dhalmekia is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords, and rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your custom.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about past. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of...
I will. What would you...
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost...
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are...
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master. The spirit of Dhalmekia had nothing to do with meaning. I had you run a...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest car.
Pra mim, no caso, né? E é isso, pessoal. Parte 10 da gameplay ficando por aqui. E a gente se vê na parte 11. Valeu!